Welcome to Global World Watch. Please subscribe to my channel and press the bell icon for more updates. I bet you didn't know that a new railway from China to Iran is quietly reshaping global power. Across the rugged expanse from western China to Iran, a new Iron Silk Road is quietly rewriting the rules of global trade. This railway is more than steel and commerce. It's a strategic lifeline, challenging the old world order. For decades, Western powers controlled energy flows through sea lanes. Now, a land route carves through mountains and deserts, bypassing maritime choke points. For Iran, it's an escape from crippling sanctions. For China, it's a shield against disruptions at sea. This project is a testament to long-term planning and a shared vision of a multipolar world. It's a physical alliance, built on mutual interests, and a desire to move beyond Washington's influence. The scale is staggering: thousands of kilometers of track, immense investment, and complex diplomacy. But the prize, new economic corridors and regional integration, was worth it. As the first trains roll out, they carry not just oil and cargo, but the ambitions of two nations determined to forge their own destiny. The China-Iran Railway is a quiet revolution, sending a clear message. The world is changing, and new powers are rising. The story of this railway is the story of the 21st century taking shape before our eyes. The China-Iran Railway isn't a single line, but a network, part of the China Central Asia-West Asia Economic Corridor. Trains start in Urumqi, cross Kazakhstan and Turkmenistan, then enter Iran at Sarax, where cargo shifts to Iran's rail system. This corridor spans over 2,500 kilometers, linking China's industry to Iran's markets and ports. Harmonized customs, signaling, and container handling keep the journey smooth and efficient. Specialized trains, including oil tankers, are tailored for this route's needs. It's a marvel of engineering and diplomacy, integrating diverse national railways into a single strategic artery. This operational framework transforms a patchwork of tracks into a game-changing asset for global trade. The railway's most valuable cargo is oil, long stifled by sanctions targeting Iran's shipping and finance. Now, Iran can send crude overland to China, bypassing the heavily monitored Persian Gulf and Strait of Hormuz. This direct route slashes transit times from weeks by sea to as little as 15 days by rail. Faster delivery means more efficient supply chains and a major competitive edge. Overland transport also shields oil flows from maritime risks like piracy or blockades. For China, diversifying away from seaborne imports is a strategic imperative. The railway is a two-way street. Oil flows east, Chinese goods flow west, boosting trade and turning Iran into a regional hub. Iran's economy, once isolated, is now a vital node in China's Belt and Road network. This new corridor breathes life into Iranian industry and logistics. The Iron Silk Road is transforming the region's economic landscape. Western sanctions aim to isolate Iran by targeting banks, insurers, and shippers. The railway sidesteps these barriers. Oil moves by land, outside the reach of maritime sanctions and dollar-based transactions. Deals are struck in yuan or barter, avoiding the U.S. financial system entirely. National rail companies, not global shipping lines, run the trains. No need for Western insurance. This closed-loop system is a physical de-dollarization strategy, reducing U.S. leverage. By building their own infrastructure, China and Iran create an economic sphere immune to Western rules. For Iran, the railway is a lifeline, generating revenue, supporting the state, and undermining the West's maximum pressure campaign. It's a powerful countermeasure. For every attempt at containment, there's a new path to survival. The tracks are paving Iran's economic future.
China's booming economy needs energy, but 80% of our oil comes by sea, mostly through the vulnerable Strait of Malacca. The Iran Railway is our answer to the Malacca dilemma, a strategic overland route that reduces reliance on risky sea lanes. Even if rail can't replace all seaborne imports, it's a crucial backup in a crisis. This is part of a bigger strategy: pipelines from Russia and Kazakhstan, and projects like CPEC all diversify our energy supply. The Iran Railway adds another major oil source, further insulating us from U.S. naval power. Beyond oil, this infrastructure deepens China's influence in Central Asia and the Middle East. By building these connections, we're creating a new regional order centered on Beijing. The land bridge to Iran is more than a conduit for oil. It's a pathway for Chinese power and influence.
The China-Iran Railway is a key piece of the Belt and Road Initiative, China's plan to connect Asia, Africa, and Europe with new infrastructure. The BRI's belt is overland routes like this. The road is about sea lanes. Officially, it's about economic growth, but it's also a tool of Chinese foreign policy, putting Beijing at the center of a new global network. Iran's geography makes it a natural crossroads, reviving its ancient Silk Road role. The railway turns Iran into a vital transit hub, linking China to the Middle East and Europe. This integration gives Iran a stake in the BRI's success and strengthens its partnership with China. Critics call the BRI debt trap diplomacy, but the reality is more complex. China's influence is expanding fast. The China-Iran Railway shows how the BRI reshapes global power, bypassing Western dominance and cementing China's role in Eurasia.
We're live at the Iran-Turkmenistan border, where the first major oil shipments are moving along the new railway.
The Sarax crossing is buzzing. Long trains of oil tankers are heading for China, and local officials call it a new dawn for the region.
What's the reaction in Washington? Tom, you're at the State Department.
Officially, the US is monitoring, but behind the scenes, there's deep concern. Sanctions can't stop land-based trade between sovereign nations, and US leverage is fading. The focus now is on strengthening maritime alliances to counter China's growing land power.
Maria, what does this mean for oil prices?
In the short term, rail volumes are small, but strategically, it's huge. China now has a backup supply, capping price spikes in a crisis and putting downward pressure on prices long term. More importantly, it signals that major energy trades can bypass the dollar, eroding its global dominance.
So, a new logistical reality is creating global economic and geopolitical waves. Sarah, Tom, Maria, thank you for your insights. This is a complex story we'll keep following. The Iron Silk Road is already reshaping the world's energy and power map. Stay tuned as this story unfolds.
The railway is a high-stakes gamble for both China and Iran. For Iran, the risk is over-dependence on China, escaping Western pressure but risking new vulnerabilities if Beijing's priorities shift. The route itself is fragile, passing through politically complex Central Asian countries and rest of Xinjiang. Any instability could disrupt the entire corridor. For China, the risks are geopolitical and financial. Openly defying the US could trigger retaliation, and massive investments may not pay off if partners default. Yet both nations see the rewards as worth the risk: economic survival for Iran, energy security, and influence for China. This is a calculated move to challenge the existing world order. The Iron Silk Road is a bold bet on a new future. Its success or failure will shape the global balance of power for years to come. The world is watching as this new artery of power pulses to life.